Hello, and thank you for tuning in. The song You Dropped the Bomb on Me is reverberating. This is going to break the spiritual bank vault wide open. This is going to break the spiritual vault wide open. Wide open. So, ancestors, Most High, Divine Source, the one who was, is, and will always be, you have shown me something. You have shown me something. You have shown me something. That I declare protection over. As I share on this platform that you have guided me to create and to heal from and to heal through. Lord of the Spirits, I thank you. Pata, my Lord, I thank you. This is a game changer. This is a game changer. And greater ascension and realization into the truth that I've been trying to get us to see recently. And that is you and I are in human form, simply a different form of something else. Take a journey with me for a second. So everything that I am sharing with you, or going to share with you at this time, has been, my hands are literally shaking, has been adjusted and received over time. As I am sharing my personal journals with us on this platform, there are a number of realizations that I am seeing as I see with new eyes, and those new eyes really is the third eye. As I see through this third eye and my crown chakra, my universal chakra, my star chakra confirmation. As these chakras are opened and more truth of who we are, who I am, instead of I am who. We began to step into a different place, a much more colorful place. A place far beyond what your hands, what you consider your hands or your eyes could ever see or touch. It's a different place. So through the sharing of my journals with you all over the however long I started, 6 months ago or so that I don't even know when I started. Again, several realizations and moments of aha and revelation and puzzle completions have happened, and this here, I don't know if anyone from The Rock listens to this platform. I don't know. This is going to rattle something. This is going to rattle something. So, I'm sitting here. In heavy meditation, just humming, snapping my fingers, just somewhere else, you know, and things are starting to be put into place, and there may be tears. So, it appears, oh my goodness, this is going to break something. I keep hearing it. This is going to break something. Oh man. What have we stepped into? So, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but this, you will understand. You will. If you even believe me, you will understand. So, it appears it appears as if I am some physical embodiment of the Rock of Central Florida. Wow. This is going to take a minute. Wow. So, when I opened my eyes, it was 10:22. Oh, man. And I believe that was the Rock's first service in Central Florida in 1999. I'm not making it up. So, for those of you who are listening to this and you are wondering what the hell is going on, did anybody hear that rumble? 11:11. I have no idea where this is gonna take me. This is, oh my God. This. Oh, this is. Oh man. So, I'm gonna try to explain this, and please, 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 bear with me, okay? The details are literally dropping into me even as I started the video. They have been dropping into me since then. Oh God. So, and the song, Do You Believe in Magic? Do you believe in I can't. So, I'm going to start with the things that I know again as I speak. If I have to go back, and there may be things again that are added to as I begin to speak. So again, please, 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 please bear with me. I need to go back and find out when did Steve's dad, Mr. Ibra, pass. I need to go back in my journals and find that out. Ooh, man. And I need to stop making that noise. That is just like sending my crown through the roof again. Like that tone is just, it's just right. Okay, so as far back as I know, I do not know any this lifetime connections other than one. This is gonna get really, really weird. I don't know what to do other than just to share it. Okay, this is gonna get really, really weird. So, as far back as I know this lifetime. Oh man, another one just dropped in. Oh man. Ooh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Wow. Okay. So. Okay. Calm down. Oh my God. So. Stephen Lee, and I'm going to say his full legal name because all of it is significant, okay? So again, so just bear with me. So Stephen Lee Parker was born on 11/12/1969 2664. My legal name is Kevin Nehru Thomas II. Another one just oh shit. Oh man. Oh man. Another realization. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. This will reach them somehow. Oh man. So my legal name is Kevin Nehru Thomas II. Steve is a senior. They had a son that was born that they had to sew, that they named Stephen Lee Parker Jr. And I don't know if they called him Junior or if it was going to be the second. I don't know. But I know he was named after Steve. My dad is Kevin Nehru Thomas the first, or senior, whatever he goes by. I have always gone by and been known by the second, and that's the way I prefer it, and so did he. I was born on this lifetime, 11/29/1974. That's a 10. Another one just dropped dead. And a 3. People outside probably think I'm crazy. So that's 10 years. In 3 days. That's a 13. I'm sorry. Scorpio. The Scorpio was born on November 13th of 1974. That's 8 days between us, or 16 total. Ooh. get me to lay down. When I was 11, I took a train trip with my granddaddy Berlin. He's Kevin's father. He's my grandfather. He passed in 96. Another one just happened. Another one I just realized another one. That one I remember. That one I remembered. When I was 11, I took a train trip with Berlin from Chicago to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to New Orleans, and then to Houston, and back to Chicago. That happened when I was 11. That's an 11 too. My granddaddy Berlin was born in November as well. So all of us was born in November. That's Steve, me, my grandfather, the Scorpio. And then there's Archie Phillips. Archie Phillips was born on the same day as Steve, but 7 years after. He's a part of the Rock of Central Florida. He was born on November 26, 1970. 71, I believe. 1970, yeah, 71. 71. My left arm is twitching. 71. Let me, hold on. Let me check that. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. This is almost unbearable. There is something coursing through my muscles, and it's tingling. It was 23:53 when I looked at the timer. Oh man. Oh man. I can barely talk to him. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay. Oh, wow. That feeling is crazy. Oh man. Holy cow. Oh man. November 26th of 70, it doesn't say. But yeah, so it was either 73 or no, 71 or 70. Anyway. It's 7 years after Steve, so it's 71. Okay. Yes, confirmation. So that's a 7. So that's a 7, along with the other 7s. And then Archie Phillip was, when he got there, they don't use titles anymore, but he was the prophet in the house. That's what he was. That was his whatever anointing that was recognized or what have you, right? That was his title, if they're, when they use titles. So 7 years younger than Steve, exactly on Steve's birthday, same birthday, 7 years apart. I am exactly 3 years younger than Archie. And 3 days. That's a 3 and a 3. The chambers just broke. So, and we just went over this in the journal. Today, in 2013, I started dialysis on 2/15. On 2/15. On 2/15 of 2013. 2013 was the Exodus. That was when the karmic energy came into the rock and took half the rock. The karmic energy was there for years, but the karmic energy was building. And the karmic energy is the snake, it's the serpent, it's cunning, it's sly, it's the fox energy. And it's the Scorpio. And it's not that all Scorpios are that way, but it's the scorpion energy. And in the esoteric energy, okay? And so this karmic energy got a hold of these leaders, co-leaders of the Rock of Central Florida, and in 2013 they decided that they were going to leave and they were going to start an exodus they were going to start ministries of their own, or a ministry of their own, or however it went, okay? Again, this is the same year that the blood filter failed, okay? So the blood filter broke down in a body that was a part of the rock, okay? In the same year that it was disabled. The physical body was disabled, and to go along with that, there's another one. You've heard me talk about my friend Marcia, okay? My friend Marcia was born on 9/27 of 67, okay? She was born 7 years before me, all right? And 9 and 7, that's a 3, all right? Okay? You see that? It's an exact multiple. It's a 999, okay? I met Marcia in 2002. I met Marcia. Okay? When I met Marcia, I was 228. Okay? And so Marcia and I, we dated for a bit. Okay? And this is prior to us up into, and then the first couple of months into us, me physically getting out of the military, or not physically, but legislatively, I guess you could say, I get getting out, ETSing out of the military. She, after I had taken a civilian job, was called back to active duty and went to military intelligence school at Fort Huachuca. while I was at that civilian job before being called back to active duty, I met her at the civilian job, and she was going through a divorce. Sinuses, wow, throat, all kind of attack. Return to sender, return to sender, return to sender, and so, excuse me, I'm gonna drink some water. I can barely give myself some water. Woo! So this is fun, man. This is woo. Oh, this right here, this is going to break the bank. A bird just flew by, a red-looking bird. I'm kind of looking through it, but it was a red bird just flew through the window. I'm looking at it. So, so Marcia and I, and I remember looking up the numbers. I wrote it down in one of my journals with the numbers of synchronicity between her and I when I started to pick up to synchronicities. And this is years after she was married, and I even think it was like maybe even like in recent years, so maybe even after she passed, like I wrote down, yeah. I was going through the dark night of the soul we're just coming out of, and I was like looking up synchronicities and all of this. I was getting downloads about people, others at the Rock of Central Florida, and my spiritual connection to them and that sort of thing. I don't know, maybe I'll share those things. I don't know. She's not here today, so I'm okay with mentioning that. And the other individuals I've already mentioned. Maybe, I don't know, who knows, right? Yeah, who knows? So, anyway, I don't want to get distracted. So, yes, so her and I are 7 years apart, okay? 64, 74. Or excuse me, 67, 74, right? 67, 74. Like Steve and I are 10, 64, 74. Whew. Steve and I wear a size 9.5. We're the same height. Yeah, I need to look up the information about Steve's dad. His biological father, he's not associated with. That's very interesting. I don't know if that part links to me or not. Okay? He was born out of an affair, but he's purposed. He already knows that. I don't. There's nothing. That's no news to Steve. And that's definitely something that I did definitely fall in love with about him, and that was his boldness, even within whatever religiousness did or still does exist within him. You know what I mean? And we all have a little bit, right? That's why we die daily, right? In some way. You should be. You shed your skin, right? That's how the Creator created us, and that's not happenstance. That's for reasons. Okay? And so does the serpent. Not ironic. Okay? So, confirmation birth. Excuse me. Wow. Boy, this flight here is epic. This flight here is epic. I said I was not going to leave here. This is my 10th and final time in this place, in this existence. I'm not coming back here again. There will be nothing but cobwebs left on the shelves of my existence here. From beginning to end, I'm checking every fucking box. 3636 or 3535. My eyes are blurry from tears when I 3535 when I looked over at the timer when I said that. Wow. So by the way, I was 35, 2010. That's when I found out where the sperm donor was, where my daughter was, that he took along with my first wife, who left me for him and to be a part of his cult and polygamous thing that he has congregated and birthed and whatever nurtured since 1979 or 80 or whenever, you know, or prior. Who knows? He might have been into that when he was in the Navy. I don't know. It would be interesting to see his naval record and the reason why he served 4 years. Again, I served 8. There's an 8. Okay, there's another 8. I served 8 years. Also, I was healed of seizures at the age of 8. I have not had another one. Okay? In fact, I want to say that. Yes, 8. Okay? The number of days between me and the Scorpio's birth is 8. That's 16. Again, they're just raining down. They're just bloop, bloop, bloop. I never realized, I never put all that bloop, 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 bloop. I put so many things about the 8s and the 16s together in regards to me and her. But check this out. Another one just popped in. Oh. So, the first time that I'm going to say both of these together. One of them I cried when I realized it earlier. It shook me. Confirmation with the air conditioner kicking on. Enoch. I think of Enoch right now as we're going through the book of Enoch. And I think about Enoch and all that he's gone through and seen, and the elevations and ascensions and the richness and all the places you will go, all the places you will go. And it's a call to justice. It's a call to justice. I just heard that. And so the two things about the last weekend in October. So that is the Rock's anniversary weekend. Always has been. Okay? Confirmation with a text message. I don't even want to touch the phone. I don't even want to touch the phone to stop what I am trying to share here. I don't even want to touch the phone. So, and that might be a confirmation for whatever that's coming in, part of that message. I don't want to, I'm not going to do that. So, we found out, or we know as confirmation, I'm sorry, with my journal, and again, last couple of days, last 2 days for sure, I think, we know when I started dating the Scorpio, okay, that was 10/28 was our first date, okay. That weekend, again, the Rock celebrated its 20th anniversary. 40:07 when I looked down at the clock. So that's the Rock's anniversary weekend. that is the first weekend that Scorpio and I went on a date. We know that. I journaled it in my journal, writing down her birth date, month, date, and year on 2019. The Rock celebrated The Rock's first service was on Halloween 10/31 of 1999. Okay. In 1999, I don't see the clear connection here yet, but maybe I will. I haven't gotten a lot on her yet. And that was on my first wife, whose name is Martise Annette Gage Thomas. Again, neither one of my wives, I've been married twice, neither one of them wanted to go back to their maiden name. Okay? The second one, I can understand, her last name was Titmore. Titmore. I wouldn't want to go back to that either. Anyway, so there are two more connections in this spider web. I've been hearing that a spider web was going to be significant, and here it is, gathering all the information. Okay, here it is, collecting all that the web is needed to collect. Okay, because it's all connected. Again, we are one. Okay, Frankie Beverly and May, they try to tell us, right? Earth, Wind, and Fire. Maurice, brother, you are a relative of mine. Do you remember? let me. Ooh, shout out to the ancestors, light workers, star seeds, Orishas, Lumerias. Shout out to you, Mayat Seknet Set. Shout out to you, Osiris, Isis. Shout out to you, Anunnaki, the good ones and the ones who fell. Shout out to you, Luciferian. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Jezebel. Shout out to you. So, the setup, here's another one with Marsha, okay? Marsha, I feel something about Kobe coming. Shit. I feel something about him and the plane crash date and something. It was on 126. It was on 126. Y'all think I'm fucking around. Y'all think I'm fucking around. I don't even have to look a fucking date up. It's just in there. Okay? 126. There's a 26. We know 8. 24 is a fucking 3. We know that. We know that 26 is an 8. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, oh man, my connection to Kobe has been strong from day one. And this is nothing against Michael. It really isn't. And I told Steve this one time when we were meeting. We were having a meeting about him and I, just one-on-one, just conversation, dialogue. I shared with him why I like Kobe's spirit over Michael's, because Kobe, there is something beyond the physical that rose up in him when it was game time. There is no fucking coincidence. He has 37 game winners or buzzer beaters, more than any other player in NFL history. That's a 10. That's completion. It's hard to believe. Oh shit. So anyway, I married my first wife in '96. My sperm donor married us. Ironically, the same man who married us is the one who took her from me. Isn't that something? Kobe was drafted in '96. Again, he wore the number 8. I spent 8 years in the military, okay? I think I was 20. Was I 24 when Martise sent me the letter and told me that she was not coming to Florida, and I realized what had happened? Is that, I don't know. So let's go continuing. I'm sorry, continuing. So, so with Marsha and I, again, this is the woman who was born on 9/27 of 64. She passed on 1/28 of 2020. Again. Yeah, that close to them. Yep, that close. Damn it. Left arm is going berserk, man. Man, when I'm tuned in, this thing jerks. I really should not carry any glass or anything in my left hand. By the way, Steve. Oh, shit. Come on, Most High. Come on. Steve. Whoever. Oh, this has to. There's no way that this not reaches them. There is no way this not reaches them. There's no way. Most High. There's no way Most High would have me sharing this info. There's no way Most High would be having me share this information with you. Oh my God, I'm looking at a shirt and it's kind of half cut off by the curtain. And instead of, it's cut off where the other letters are, and it just says, you just see the word, or the letters HACKER. It just says hacker, because it's cut off where the curtain is. Never. Oh man. And again, I don't want to touch the phone because I do not want to mess this up. It was 50-25. That's half, right? Or twice as much, double, however you want to see it. So yes, okay. So Marsha and I dated for a while. Okay, when I brought it to Steve's attention, and a little while after I was made known that it was perceived that her and I, dizzy, let me get some water. It was perceived that her and I were married. We were not married, we were dating. We were dating, and just got another one. My first week in military intelligence school. After I met Marsha at the civilian job, was the last weekend. It was like 10/22. It was the last week of October in 2022. The school is for like 4.5 months longer, or maybe 5, 4.5, yeah, about 4.5, 5 months. And so that last weekend of the month, I remember because it was coming up to Halloween weekend. And I called her from the unit I got attached to in Tampa and told her that I accepted. The CO offered me an opportunity to be the military intelligence officer for the unit. That was going to be deployed later on in 2003. To Afghanistan, in areas of Iraq. So that was when I got called back to active duty. Originally, I was just finishing up like 8 months of the end of my 7-year contract. Okay, but again, it wasn't meant to be. Also, my birth was similar. Originally, Judy, if she's the one who gave birth to me. Confirmation with the birth. She was born on 1/29. Okay, she was born in 56. That's an 11. Okay, 19th. My original ETS date was January 19th of 2002. That on her birth date, 53:35. When I looked at the timer on my original DD-214, the original ETS date is 1/19/2002. That is her birthday. I have told her that. I told her that my original ETS date was her birthday. Also, I got reconnected with her in 2010. 2010, everything busted wide open. 2010 marked 7 years since 2003, since I had had any connection with them. They had moved away out of state. I did not know where my daughter was, my ex-wife. I didn't know where my mother was. She was still attached to him, if she still isn't today. And that's a very true statement. That's a very true statement. And so, yeah, peace be still. We got this, the ancestor said. We got this. We got this. Love it or hate it. We got this. We got this. I want to let you know. Oh man, you are a physical representation, confirmation of some other form that you are connected to on this planet. It could be anything, organization, it could be anything. Okay? Are the Illuminati real? Hell the fuck yeah! Who do you think prints that money? And that's any currency. Who do you think? Don't think 1969 or whenever it happened was the first time man landed on the moon. Don't fool yourself. Someone needs to look into the synchronicities between Malcolm X, MLK Jr., and JFK Jr. Was Malcolm a junior? Was Malcolm a second? I believe Malcolm was assassinated in '64. One of them was this. Oh, I don't really want to. The dates of their assassinations, the dates of their births. Kennedy, for whatever his personal exploits were, and his whatever connections to secret societies through lineages and whatever else, and whoever he was in previous lifetimes. Yes, we've been others in previous lifetimes. I am closely related to Saint Germain. I am also closely related to Helena Blavatsky. Blavatsky, I love to say her name. Blavatsky. Nice rumble. I love it. So anyway, okay, and I am learning and getting downloads about her and what she taught and that sort of thing. So again, judge me as you will. Okay, there is one, and there is one only, and that is one true love, and that is universal, and that is not of skin tone, nationality, that is not race. There is a human race. That is the only fucking race that is in existence. Considering the I don't know, Homo sapien, whatever, sapien, Homo erectus, whatever, transition, whatever, right? There's one race. And that is the race that Most High created. That is the only race. 59 minutes exactly. Okay? If you have to go, if you must, trust me. Feel free. So, also I speak against Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, I'm hearing another archangel's name. Archangel Archangel. If it comes to me, you'll be rest assured or a confirmation comes to me, you will rest assured I'll be mentioning him. And so, again, that is not bragging or anything. anything that I experience, that I share with you all, please, 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 Most High, send a confirmation. I wholeheartedly believe with everything in me and outside of me and around me and through me that you too can get wherever I am, wherever that is, esoterically, energetically, wherever you want to call it. Call it, I don't know, I'm in some place that doesn't even have a name, you know, it's right? So, I have over time recognized some connection between what's happening to me and my connection to the Rock of Central Florida. Through my other journal, the previous one, especially to our newer subscribers, you know that when I got there, again, I got there in 2003. That's a 3. It was also 3 years that they had been in existence. When I found out about them in 2002, when I started, so there's a 2002, 1999 connection, that's a 3, and then there's a me being there in the new millennia, right, 2000 to 2003, 3 years, and me showing up physically. There's another 3. The gates of hell will not prevail. The gates of hell will not prevail. The big boom, I don't know what that was. The gates of hell will not prevail, other than the confirmation. Shut the door on the enemy. And so, the week that or the month that I left the Rock, I don't remember. I don't know if I went to any services in 2020. In September of 2022, I left the Rock. I know my last service was in. Well, yes, my last service. There we go. My last service was in 2022 at the Rock of Central Florida. That year, Steve welcomed back the Exodus, the people who caused the Exodus in 2013, or the leaders of that, I shall say. There were many involved, including other leaders. I'm not singling them out, okay? There were many who left, literally almost half the I think it was like maybe 250 to 270, 260 members, right? Yep, confirmation. There is a guy that just walked by. He's wearing a military cap. You know how much I love my military caps. Those of you who have never seen pictures of me. And you know how proud I am of the fact that I have served. Okay, so there's a guy who just walked by, and he's wearing a military cap, and his shirt says March on it, M-A-R-C-H. I couldn't read what was underneath, right? Ooh, cooling sensation just like ran down my back. Okay, so, and he had a military cap on, okay, right? Go Army, right? I love the be all you can be slogan, okay? Because that's when I went in. It was also during 1996, during the don't ask, don't tell, secrets. That's what these cycles have been about. For those of you who are on the same timeline as I am, that's what and you are not. If you're karmic and listening, you know it's true too. I'm just confirming stuff, right? So, and those who are part of the Rock of Central Florida, all the birthdays and all that stuff I'm saying, and anniversary, that shit is well documented. There's no secret about that, right? So I'm not hiding anything, nothing. All right. So I left in September of 2022. Marsha, who was born 9/27/64, 7 years and I don't know how many days prior to me, right? That's definitely looking like 66, no, 60, 62, 63, right? My mind is so anyway, so the one who she passed on 128 of 2020, the start of COVID. She passed. I got shingles. I just got that right now. Right now. I just got it. I just saw it. I said it and I didn't even realize what I was saying. I will never come down. I will never come down. Oh, man. I was meditating earlier, and again, this isn't to brag. Never mind, I'm not going to share that. I'm not. I'm really not, because I'm really not to confirmation burp. I'm really not trying to make it appear as if I would be the one who loves his solitude so much. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna need a lot of help. Oh my God, I'm gonna need a lot of help. Oh my God. I'm laughing and crying all at the same time. Ooh, I have no idea where this is going. Oh man, another one. Confirmation with the journal entry that we shared recently. Oh man. So I'm really gonna try to push through this. I'm gonna really focus. Okay. Get some water. I'm going to really focus. I'm really going to try to push through this and really stop it. Ooh, I'm careful not to choke. Somebody probably said shit. Nope, I didn't. So ha. 1/8/27 when I looked at the timer and said that. So, there's something about Joshua. Their son, again, Stephen, I don't know when their son Stephen's birth date is. Again, he was named after Steve, who's the senior minister at The Rock. I was named, another one, ding! I was named after Kevin, okay? I have a daughter. Her name is Kimberly. Okay? Steve married a woman whose name is Kimberly. Oh, man. Another one. My Judy's daughter, Judy had 2 sons, me and my brother Matthew, with Kevin. We had a brother Keith who passed, or by ill intent. But we were told by SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. Okay, I don't know his birth date or anything. One of the things that I will mention about the other side of the family, Kevin's side of the family. And Judy had a shocked look on her face when I told her this before I left Central Florida. I was going by to give her things, and if I didn't see her at the elevator, but Most High knew my heart. He knew that I don't have any ill will. I didn't want confrontation or anything. and I didn't want to get distracted. So, and I knew it was time for me to go. I had given away everything. The car, the motorcycle, all of my furniture. The Scorpio had even given me a sectional. That was the first piece of furniture that I gave away when I found out that she was connected to someone who was doing witchcraft against me. I got rid of that, and she gave me a high bar table, which I had stained, and it looked really nice. I gave that away, and then I deleted that Facebook page. 1 hour and 11 minutes exactly when I said that, and then deleted all of my pages, all of my pictures, and all of that of her and I, and then started going through the connections of her and I, and deleting all of these people and connections, and getting rid of my LinkedIn account. I had over 3,000, close to 3,000 connections, very fluent connections within the CPA accounting and recruiting and all of that arena and all that sort of thing, with connections to the entertainment industry and all that sort of thing that I was hoping to get into, right? Because what I envisioned was me being this individual that brought sanity to insanity. And the most insane place, certainly here in America, the most insane place is the entertainment industry. It doesn't matter if I'm talking from basketball games to strip clubs. There is the entertainment industry is literally buck wild, literally. Okay, and so I wanted to also be a part of an accounting advisory to these individuals. You know, many of these athletes, they suffer stiff. Now, yes, okay, don't come crying. Well, they make millions upon millions of dollars, right? If you made that money, you would want some sound financial advice. Stop being an ass. All right, don't be a jerk about it, okay? And stop being jealous. That right there needs to die at some point. If you intend 1-3-1-1-3 exactly, if you plan on getting blessed, truly, okay, and ascending, you're gonna have to get rid of that little stanky ass attitude. All right. So, sorry. Oh, Father, it's like, well, it's true, right? But they do, it's true, So anyway, He has so much love and mercy for me. And you know something? It's amazing because I see how I turn that back around and I give it out. That is such a beautiful thing. Another example of, and again, I'm not bragging. I'm not. Jesus came out talking, literally, as an infant. We saw that in the first book of the infancy of Jesus that I shared with us, right? He came out talking. Hey, you gave physical birth to me? Yeah, I'm not your ordinary little, yeah. You haven't even been with anybody. You and Joseph, you're not even married. You haven't even consummated any. You're not even married. You're. Oh man, Most High gave me the word for engagement, the original word for engagement, and I forgot it. Okay, but they had not been together yet, thus a virgin. Okay, also she's also Saint Mary, one of the ascended masters. Okay, helping me on my journey. Woo! So, okay, she did a phenomenal job with the parenting of, if you want to know how to parent your starseed from the beginning, 1:15:15. go listen to, at least they will point you in the right direction, point you to the way how you should parent a starseed, a light worker, an earth angel, a Gaia beacon, an ascended master that you give birth to, or you men, masculine figures, I will say, that were born that way, not the other ones, you have a part in. You need to go listen to that to find out how a feminine energy, okay, and when I say feminine energy, I mean a mothering energy. So you can be a female and be in your feminine energy. You can be a female and be in masculine energy. Okay? All right. So, just like you can be a male and be in feminine energy, you can be a male and be in masculine energy. Right? So, the ideal, just like everything else, is a balance. Again, 7-3. That's a 10. What's the earth, water to land ratio? That's a 10. 70% water, 30% land mass. Okay? That's a 10. Alrighty. So, our angel number today, one of them was 1010. If you are listening to this for the first time and you are tuning in for the first time, 117 exactly when I looked up. Thank you, first of all, for tuning in. I do apologize again if it appears that I am rattling. These are synchronicities, and these I call them gumdrops because that's what they taste like. They're gumdrops. They're just like bloop, 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 and it's just like these. There's no caviar on this planet that tastes that good. None. Or whatever other the delicate, delectable, whatever fancy, whatever you can think of, right? So shroom, whatever, right? Shroom, whatever, or truffles, right? Whatever little whatevers, right? I would like to try those one day, by the way. There's something about 116. I don't know what that is. 116. There's something about that. I just saw it. And not on the timer. I just saw it. So anyway. So Marcia passed on 128. I need to look up the information about Linda. When she passed. Linda, who is also, again, she was there for 10 years before she passed. She passed in 2009, the same year that Marcia, click together, the same year Marcia married Ben, or Alfredo. His name's Alfredo Benjamin, but he went by Ben, okay? Right? She married him, right? And they were married until she passed, again, on 1/28 of 2020. So she kicks off COVID, and then after she passes, that same year, like days later, I get shingles. And I'm living with the Scorpio. People at the Rock can even vouch for this. There's a lady there named Lisbeth. She can vouch for this. I actually live with them. And I do believe that we definitely had some type of prior life connection. Me and that family, both sides. Both families that are at the Rock. So their daughter, they only have one daughter. Maybe they had one that they had to sow that passed, right? Yeah, maybe they have a rainbow baby too, Tim and Liz. Blessings. So, I lived with them at one time, and in fact, me and their eldest son were roommates. Okay, me and their eldest son, drums, right? We play the drums. Okay, he's a much better drummer than I am, because I definitely did not keep up with it and all of that. And I played at Kevin's churches growing up and all of that, and then I played for a little while at a chapel when I was in the military at the base that I was a part of, and then and that was at Fort Stewart in Georgia. Third ID, baby. Oh, shit. Okay. I just got another one. So luckily all the shivers and all that stuff have gone out of my body. So, okay, just got another one. So the people who led the Exodus, I consider them to have led it. I don't know all the details. I consider them to be the ones who have led it, because they're the ones who went out and were the first ones that I know of and that were brought to my attention spiritually and to Steve's attention that started the Exodus and with the members and all that. 121 on the two. And so, Tom and Denise. Tom served 16 years in the military. He was the nurse to President George W. Bush. The nurse. Okay? I helped him over in the UCF, University of Central Florida area, back in 2003. I helped maybe three. I remember I was very green. I still remember, because I was like, man, I wish I was taking that picture, But he was taking his board picture for his candidacy for that position, okay? And I had a top secret or interim top secret clearance while I was going through military intelligence school. Ironically, just to be a mechanic, I had a secret clearance. Again, does that point to some government something or something? I don't know. Generally speaking, a mechanic does not need a secret security clearance. Okay? Generally. I'm just saying. So anyway, and ended up with an interim waiting to graduate and be, sent to or attached back to the unit that was getting ready for deployment to Iraq or Afghanistan, whichever area that unit was being deployed to in 2003. But the commander, I wish I kept the latter. I did for a long time, and then there's been so many changes with life. I've been homeless 3 times. There's been so many things. Twice when I was on dialysis, which isn't nearly as terrible as you might think. It's just uncomfortable, right? So one of the times, the first time I was homeless before dialysis, the first time while I was starting dialysis, so I gotten sick to the point to where I needed dialysis. During that time I had a Mercedes, and it was a very nice E-Series, and it was nicer than most condos. So, and although it was a vehicle, that car was a tremendous blessing. It was hunter green, and that was a very, very blessed car. Never mind. I won't go into that because I'll get carried away with all that detail. So I want to stay on the synchronicities, and me and the rock, and my being a physical representation of who they are, of who they are, I don't know, of that giant, that religious giant. And again, they're not nearly as religious as most places. They don't have first ladies and deacons and deaconesses and mothers boards, and they don't have all that shit. They're not bothered with the legalism part of it so much. They do have a machine that they use to and encourage people to sign into. I have never, ever used that. Well, I might have tried once. It didn't work. I'm like, okay, nope, I'm not using that. Because to me, that was just a sign. You will know by my faithfulness. Okay? Something going awry, you will know. Most High will let you know something. If you believe in the same one I believe in, he'll let you know. Right? So, yeah. Trust my faithfulness when I say he calls me faithful, which he does. Marsha told me that. She told me he calls you faithful. She told me that in 2003. Thank you. I will call her my witness. So, Marsha passes. I get shingles. That was a miserable tax season. Miserable! But when I say miserable, I made a mistake on my... and it's really bad to say. I almost said my most treasured. That's not really like the right thing to say. Anyway, it was a law firm, and I really felt a spiritual connection to her and to her family. And her name is Brooke Bolts. She is the owner, CEO of Bolts Legal in Oviedo, Florida. And I made a mistake on her taxes that year. I was so... it took me forever to stop crying, but that bothered me and it still does if you can't tell. One thing the Scorpio told me, and I don't know any of their birthdays or anything as far as their family, but we met at a B&I chapter that was started in 2018, and I was invited to by a mortgage originator. His first name is Michael. I no need to mention his last name. His name is Michael. Okay, and yeah, and so there was an error made on her taxes that year. I felt horrible. Those of you who have listened to the recent journal readings, you know that this is confirmation, because there was a journal entry in here that mentions, again, I don't want to touch the phone. I really don't. Is that it? Let me look and see real quick. Maybe that was it that flashed. I could just read it. That spoke of me having a dream where there was a hole in a building that Brooke and I were standing in, and this hole, and then there was another part of the dream, if I'm not mistaken. There was, and so I believe that dream, because I had that dream before that error happened, that tax season. When I tell you, I felt so, oh man, I can't put into words. I treasured her as a client. I really felt some real connection to her. We went to, BNI has an annual, for every region, they have an annual award ceremony. And they have it in Jackson Beach for the, I don't know if they call it BNI East, BNI Southeast, I don't know what they call it. And we rode up there together. She drove, we rode in her car, she drove, and just a great connection, great conversation. She is just salt of the earth, just, another, So, there's a connection between her and a woman named Sandra Henry, who owns the organization, the nonprofit in Central Florida called Reach Back Foundation. Sandra Henry. Okay, she's owned the organization for decades. Okay, I prepared her 990 for several years. Check this out. I met Sandra And I don't know if this is in any journal. I met Sandra, I don't even remember, she could probably tell you when, at the Walmart in Sanford, Florida. I was walking in one Sunday afternoon, and she was out there maybe doing some type of fundraising or something, and I walked in, and she might have said something to me going in, I don't remember, but anyway, on the way out, I did stop, right? Something just urged me to stop. So I stopped and talked to her, got to talking to her, and gave her my number, gave her my card. I had a card on me. I had a card on me, right? Or I went to the car. No, I went to the car and got one. I'm sure I did. It's a Sunday. I'm carrying a card. So anyway, and I can't say I'm really a fan of carrying a card on me anyway. I don't know. I think that's, I don't know. So anyway, be memorable. I need to quit. So anyway, she, and I believe the connection between Brooke Bolts of Bolts Legal, okay? If I said Bolts Legal, you'd be able to find her anyway, so it didn't matter. Or if I said the organization, you could go look her up and find out who it is. So anyway, and again, there's legal paperwork for these things. It's not something that the feds or anybody can't find out. Right? There's nothing hidden here. Okay? So, today is an 11. The month and the day is a 16. And there it is. And an 8 and an 8. And it's the year of 8. 2024 is 224. So, yeah. So the month that Steve welcomes back what would be my IgG4 nephropathy, right? So the same year, 2013, that I started dialysis, confirmation birth, the same year I start dialysis, the exodus happens, and nearly half the church, if not half the church, is taken, swept up by a karmic energy. I don't even blame Tom and Denise or Robert and Kimberly. There's another Kimberly. Okay, he was a team pastor at The Rock, and his wife Kimberly. We went over earlier today, I think today or yesterday, we saw an obituary that I stapled in here. Her name is Sandy. I stapled that in here for a reason. So there's a connection, some esoteric connection between the Scorpio, Sandy, me, and Robert, and Kimberly, and The Rock. And there he has a Kimberly. Steve has a Kimberly. I have a Kimberly. I don't know what the connection is. Jim, you've heard me mention his name. They have a Kimberly. There is a connection somewhere. His birthday is 10/1, if I'm not mistaken. 72, I believe. Okay? I'm not sure when Jenny's birthday is. I'm not sure. Okay? So, by the way, this is going to be never mind, let me not say that. Never mind, let me not say that. So, the month that they come back, that Steve again invites what was my physical, me representing them, me representing the divine energy of the house. Let's say that, let's say that, let's say that, let's say that. So me representing the divine energy of the Rock of Central Florida. Okay? There's a connection between me getting that letter from Martise, did I say this already, in 1999, and realizing my marriage was over and it had been snuffed out by my sperm donor, and Steve and Kim and Jim and Jenny and their Jim and Kimberly's mother, Linda, her husband Larry, again, that Larry Reichert, you've heard me mention his name. He was the only man whose head did not get anointed with oil when Steve had me walk around and anoint everybody's head with all the men's heads with oil one day in the middle of service. Okay? I shared that story with you today as we went through our journal. Or my journal, our journal. It is ours. It is ours. All right? I'm looking at something here that says, "Thanks, Patrick," with a heart around it. That's a reference for me for Patrick Cooper. It might be a preference for something else. I know another Patrick, too, who is a... Is this going to sound weird? The word I was going to say was darling. And he is. Those who are at the Rock of Central Florida, you know who Patrick is. He was involved in a literal life-ending motorcycle accident. Literally told that he would never walk again. And the man walks today. Right? I met him... Yeah, around there, 18, 19, somewhere around there. He started coming to the Rock of Central Florida. I don't know if his parents pulled him away, of course, because he requires certain cares and things like that. But Patrick, you want to talk about a beautiful soul? You have never met somebody more optimistic. Never. You see his immediate after, his before pictures, his immediate after, and his today pictures. That's the kind of news that needs to be shared more often. Right? That needs to be a good news channel. Talking about those of us who are alchemizing energy. He just alchemized that motherfucker. Good job, Patrick. Good job, baby. Good job. It would be interesting to know some things about Patrick as well. The Rock has a lot of duplicate names. Again, you heard me mention the Kimberleys. Okay. There were two physical Steves there for a minute. There were two Kevins there for a long time. The other Kevin they call Cletus. That's what he goes by. And he's actually Steve's niece's husband. There we go. Steve's niece's husband. Yeah, there we go. All right. So his name is Kevin. Okay? His wife's name is Rebecca. That starts with an R. The Scorpio's name starts with an R. I don't know their birthdays. I did their taxes. They were the longest tenured individual 1040 that I had on record. I did their taxes for like 11 years or 10 years or something. Yeah. In fact, they moved here and were referred to me back in, it was right around 10 years, by Steve's wife, Kim, online, on Facebook. Yep, sure was. I remember that. Yep. And so anyway, there are a lot of duplicate names at the Rock. There are a lot, okay? many, many, many James, as many of them, okay, including Jim, who's also a junior. So, is there anything else? There's a lot more, actually. I'm just trying to look back on it all that just started pouring in. So I start going through my dark night of the soul in 2021 when Steve announces that he has been led by the Lord to invite, again, what would be my IgG4 nephropathy, the karmic energy, invite that back in. Again, it's not Tom and Denise and Michael, Jim, James, Judy. It's not that. It's the karmic energy. Okay? Remember that. Don't look at the person so much. Look at the energy. Do they need to be held accountable? Yes, and they are. That is where Most High comes in. This is where your ancestors, the other esoterics, your angels, your spirit guides, this is where they take over. We have done the physical work to recognize it. 141 on the timer. We have done the job to recognize it, to do what it takes to heal from it, to ascend from it, to resurrect it, to recoup it, to claim our inheritance, to do whatever it is that we're needing to heal our bloodline, whatever it is, okay? We've done the work. And so, Tom and I, along with both being in the military and both saying, I served 8 years, he served 16 years. Kevin served 4 years in the Navy. That's half as much as I did and a quarter as much as Tom did. I don't know when Tom's birthday is. The Gemini, Kevin, is 5/25 of 57. Okay? Oh, damn. Oh, damn. There's a 16. 16 days from now, his birthday. There's an 8 and an 8. Or 4-4-4-4. There's 16 again. Gemini is my moon sign. So, this is going to break the bank. This is going to break the bank. This is... So, my right leg is still vibrating. Like it's like drawing on the earth or drawing... And I have flip-flops on. I'm a flip-flop guy. Oh dear Lord, please don't call me to a winter state. Wherever I'm going to settle and all of that, because either there's a real romance opportunity coming, there is a job opportunity that is a union. Okay, one or the other. It's 144 exactly. Is coming to me, and that represents new birth, a return home. That's coming. It's going to show up any day, moment now. With this magnificent realization, it has to be. There is no tell. It's any moment. There is no any drop, any at the drop of a hat, it seemingly out of nowhere. Okay. So, I left that same month, okay? As we know, I left shortly thereafter, okay? Immediately, when Steve announced it, I felt some certain kind of way when he said that they were going to be welcoming them back in. And again, there's nothing wrong with welcoming energy back in if the energy has repentant, the energy is pure, and your intuition and ancestors and Most High gives the green light, as I look at a green light on my phone, gives you the green light, okay? Green is heart. Green is, that's why it says don't be green with envy. Green is heart energy, heart chakra, okay? Right? So, this is also why money is green. And this is also why the love of money to the exclusion of all else is the root of all evil. Okay? Not the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money to the exclusion of all else is. So if you lie, cheat, steal, and kill for money, the love of money has become your root, the root to all of your evil. Confirmation with the air conditioning kicking on. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. Somebody's like, he's lost. Oh, somebody's like, he's lost it. Maybe you kind of have to lose it to gain it. You know, you have to. Oh man. So, Tom and I, again, he was a nurse to George W. Bush. George W. Bush is a part of the Skull and Bone Society. Some light bulb. He was the nurse to President George W. Bush. Spirit sent me to the rock to be joined to a man. Steve, you already know his numbers. You already know the synchronicities. Said them at the beginning. Yes, I'm sorry. It was an hour and 40-something minutes. I'm sorry. This is truly physically mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Somebody has a big old smile on their face up there. Somebody just rolled by in a red shirt. Red is significant. Red is significant. Red is significant. And there's a guy with a plaid shirt on walking by right now. The other direction. Plaid red shirt going one way. Red shirt bicycle going the other way. Talk to me, Spirit. Talk to us. Talk to us. Talk to us. This might be the longest video I ever post on this channel. So, I am looking for, oh no, I'm not looking for anything. I'm waiting for, I was thinking out loud, I was in my mind seeing a number, and that was Kim's birthday. Steve's wife, Kim. I don't know when either of the Kim's birthdays are. My Kim, her birthday is 12/18, okay? She's a Sagittarius, baby. And even if she's not my biological child, I'll always love her as such because that's how my love for her started. What do I mean? Like, her mom was promiscuous. I mean, come on, she left me for my sperm donor. How much more promiscuous can you get? Sodom and Gomorrah. Again, same cycle, just a different look. We all have our own. All that we read is just one story of. We all have our own Sodom and Gomorrah. We all have our own Garden of Eden that we failed to recognize the goodness of, and we got bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. We all have our own Garden of Eden. We all have our own cave of treasures that we got evicted into, sent out of the Garden of Eden. We all have the serpent that we deal with each and every day. It changes its look. Again, shows up wearing a different pair of pants or a skirt until we get the lesson. That's the serpent. Sly, cunning fox. thinking of a tarot card. I don't know which one it is, but it's a traditional tarot deck card. I don't have one. It's the moon. It's the moon. It's the moon. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, ancestors. It's the moon. Okay. In the traditional tarot, the moon is the moon, and then you see rays off the moon, right? You see a face within the moon. The moon is bright yellow. And let me see if that's the case. Let me see. Oh, I seriously hate to even move anything because I'm like, and that again, that might sound weird to you. So anyway, let me look this up very quickly. The moon card. Or is it? I don't think it's the sun card. Yes, it's the moon card. Of course. I know. Most high voice. I know. The moon. Okay. Right. So the moon card. The moon card is that. Yeah, big sun, face in the sun, rays coming off the sun. Two dogs. Dogs are different colors, red and yellow, or brown and yellow, however you picture. Right there. Right. The dogs are looking at the moon. The moon represents our dark side. The moon represents. It could represent negative energy, it could represent witchcraft, it could represent a lot of different things, right? It could represent distractions, it could represent a lot of things, okay? So, in that, there is a crab coming up out of the water. The dogs are looking up at the moon, facing the moon, and do not see the crab, does not see the crab sneaking up behind them as they are gazing at this moon. Okay? So what happens if you ignore your shadow side? What happens if you ignore your shadow side? Eventually it will show up, and show enough while you are sitting out there in your low vibration energy, all wallowing all and loving and swim backstroking in your dark low vibration religious energy, right? While you backstroking in it, it's just gonna come up and it's just gonna bite you right on the ass. And that's karma. That's what I just heard. And that's karma. That's what I just heard. There's no getting around the process, people. There is no getting around the process. I encourage you, and I don't know if I will say this on another video. I encourage you to share this journey that I am sharing with you, with whoever you are divinely guided to share it with. And this is not for me. As you know, I don't show my face a lot of times. In fact, 99% of the time, I never show my face. You want to see a face of me, you can look up some of my social media links, and those links will be in the information section of this video. But it's not about my face, and that's why I don't show it often. Okay? I never once said you can send me money, asking for money. Most High told me a long time ago that he was my employer. When I kept losing all of those jobs, I couldn't figure out what was going on. It was the bizarre, the strangest thing. Strangest thing. I couldn't get hired, and this is true for a lot of us, but I couldn't get hired at KFC during the Great Recession. So I ended up taking ended up picking up everything I had with the last $200 and something, me and the Mercedes that I mentioned earlier that I was living in, and went to Atlanta to be with a gentleman that I've known since he was 6 months old, whose mother is still a part of the polygamous cult that was started in the 70s or 80s by the sperm donor, who is now serving 44 to 66 years in a Michigan state prison. You want to look his information up? His name is Kevin Thomas. Again, Kevin Nehru Thomas. Nehru is spelled Nehru. That was given to him by our his Indian grandmother and my great-grandmother, who's from India. Nehru Jawaharlal is the first Prime Minister of India. My bloodline is Egyptian shamanic. So, I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to walk. Without my legs buckling. I hope I am just one example that you hear of moving forward, whose life is really unfolding in ways that you now see yours. I hope so. From the very beginning, I was meant to be born on the 333rd day of the year. Judy talks about the umbilical cord being wrapped around my neck and my left arm. And on my left arm, there is a birthmark that runs all the way down my arm through my fingers. And it looks like a burn mark or a web or something. And it's just a lighter shade than the rest of my arm. It's on my... Oh, I remembered a download. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I remembered another one. Oh, man, my finger is starting to hurt and I'm snapping my... Oh, ooh, that's painful. Well, I snapped my fingers so much. That is tender. Oh. Woo. Okay. All right. Left hand snap. My right hand is... Oh, that's tender. So, anyway. These are tender times, tender moments. Okay? And yes, kid gloves. Okay? And this is so much why I was so glad, even more so, that I was able to forgive everyone and get back to love again. No vengeance or malice. And that's one thing that was done correctly by Steve, was to forgive and release. And now, truthfully, is it possible that he was meant to invite them back in or welcome them back home? It's quite possible. It's quite possible that that's significant for what I represent. And there's a welcoming of something a welcoming back of something that needs to happen. And I'll just release that and let that fly as a butterfly. I release that to sow whatever it's meant to sow and produce. The contracts have already been signed in the ethers before we were here. The contracts have already been signed. Yes, is it a plan B? Yes, it is. But those contracts have already been signed. Those contracts have been signed. The new contracts, for those of us who needed a new contract, not all of us need a new contract. For some of us, the original contract is not so broken that it's not repairable. Okay? I use the word... No. I was thinking irregardless. Never mind. So... Again, the last tithe that I gave to the rock, It's $33.33, and I did that on purpose. I was specifically led to give that amount. I had a dream that I shared with us earlier today or yesterday in my journal, from my journal, that Steve is aware of who I am. The dream showed me that, because in the dream he told me to use my spiritual gifts and how I see. He told me to use my sight, third eye. He didn't say third eye, but that's what it meant. That's what it is. He told Chris, who's also a part of the Rock of Central Florida, to ask me to let him know, using my gifts of sight and something else, some other word he used, to tell Chris what his gifts meant. Chris's wife, Jamie, she was the only one. I think Steve was considering it. I really do. I do. Oh, damn, another one. Bam! Kimberly, Steve's wife, has had a kidney removed as well. I believe Kimberly had that kidney removed when she was 16 years old. That's an 8 and an 8. Kim was born on 4/2. That's an 8. You can see it as 2/2, 2/2, or however. Or it's 2 times 4. You can see it as a 6. Breaks down to 3/3. However you want to see it, it don't matter. Again, those I'm just realizing now, those last few. So, Steve has a twitch in his right arm. Confirmation, burp. Confirmation, burp. Steve has a twitch in his right arm, right? If you look up the Rock of Central Florida, you watch videos, if you watch them long enough, from time to time, you will see his right arm twitch. He shared this with us when it started, 2 hours and 3 minutes and 33 seconds on the timer when I looked. This is going to be a long video again. I'm sorry. I do want to get all of this out so that it is all released. There is no better time than right now. Today is the 11th. That's a 5 and an 11. That's 6. We already said it. So, also, Scorpio's address is 1421, or was, I don't know where they are today. 1421. 7s, baby. The first journal I shared with you started 2014. 21 days after starting to say I don't need dialysis, I'm just there to socialize, phone rang. 7/6, kidney transplant. 7/7. I'm just sitting here rocking back and forth. You know you're ministering and you're communicating with the angels when you're rocking back and forth and this fashion, okay? And you are within you, you know? So go ahead, sit in that rocking chair and I'm thinking of the Bluebell Ice Cream song. That is like the perfect little country rhyme. Is it Bluebell? Bluebell. I think it is. That's funny. Steve was told they were two things when they got there. When they got to Central Florida, it was raining and storming that night. Everywhere else they had been was desolate. If I'm not mistaken, one of those places was Memphis, Tennessee, or somewhere in Tennessee. Okay, Memphis is important. Esoterically, ancestrally, Memphis is important. Memphis is important. Oshun Osiris, my right hand is tingling. Memphis is important. Amon Ra, Memphis is important. So anyway, so not Memphis. Again, there's a reference to, again, the natural Memphis, Tennessee here in the U.S., but they were originally, Steve thought they were called to Tennessee. Again, that's important. Memphis is in Tennessee. Again, that you all see. Okay. My third eye is tingling. Steve met Kim while he was a traveling evangelist, if you will, for a long time, for whatever church he was a part of at the time. And he met Kim. And that might have been in Tennessee. I don't remember. I've heard the story many times. Again, my mind's kind of, yeah, it's kind of, and I have a headache at the back of my head. And it's just like, it's even softer than that, but I do. By the way, that's where your pineal gland is. That's where the Christos flows up your 33 vertebrae, by the way. So, there is a very high likelihood that I'm going to end back in Florida. Yep. I don't know how. It might be temporary, but might be for a court case. I don't know. I'm going to end up back in Florida for, okay. Oh, okay. Butterfly, 2 weeks or something. And I don't know. That's just the next time, I suppose. Was that another butterfly? By the way, I've been seeing black and white butterflies, meaning the butterfly is black, both black and white. That's important. I saw a dog the other day. The dog was like spastic trying to get for me. And actually, it was growling, but I wasn't scared or anything. And we were again walking across a crosswalk, and it looked like a Staffordshire Terrier, and it was majority white with black spots. Okay, it was a Staffordshire Terrier or pit bull, something along those lines, right? And their owners were with them, or with it, right, walking it, obviously. But the dog was like trying to get to me, and I'm just walking on the crosswalk in the middle of, traffic stop, obviously, of the crosswalk from one side of the street to the next. And the guy had to yank the dog. Had to yank the dog back. And I was just looking at the dog walking by, smiling. When I saw them crossing, I knew what was going to happen. Again, I got to be careful. I'm going to get tackled by a horse or something. Like, with my energy. And that's being sarcastic, and yet it's not. Confirmation bird. Confirmation bird. Oh, man. Woo. Okay. Woo, 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 woo. All right. So. All right. So F. Nolan Ball, the longtime senior minister at the Rock of Central Florida, passed, I want to say in 16. He's connected to this somehow too. I don't know exactly how. I know he left traditional religion sometime in the 60s and stepped out to be an independent and stayed in Panama City, but he got from under the I heard the word colloquialism. Colloquialism. That has to check out because I have no idea and I've heard the word, but I couldn't give you a definition today. I don't know what the colloquialism, I don't know what that means. That's what I just heard. I know that's going to check out. It's just like, I don't know. I just know it. So anyway, whatever that reference is. Okay. So I left when whatever energy Steve invited back in, I left. That energy is represented by the Scorpio that I dated. Again, born November 13th, 1974. 13. Exodus, Rock of Central Florida, 2013. I don't know which year I met the mutual friend Justina. I don't remember. It was years before that. Dialysis started 2013. Also, Tamara Phillips, Archie Phillips' wife. Archie Phillips is the prophet born on the same day, 11/26, as Steve. Just 7 years later, he is 3 years older than I am. So there's a 7 and a 3, between a 10 and a 3. They designated him the prophet of the house when him and his family arrived years ago, 2008 or something. Again, there's an 8. And as I'm sure it was 2008. Because the place where it's located, the rock is located now, is on State Road 46. That place was completed in 2007. That's when we moved into the new building there on that property. Okay? Oh shit, here we go. Another confirmation, rocket out. 2007 to 2014 to 2021. When did I start meditating and realizing there was something going on here, and I started to step into my dark night of the soul? We know through my journal readings it was 2021. There's another 21. 21 days after going to the rock, or 21 days, maybe something happened 21 days after going to the rock. 21 days after getting the transplant. Typical stay is 1 to 2 months. That's 30 to 60 days. I was back home, 21st day, 21 days there, 21 days to say I don't need dialysis. I'm just here to socialize. Phone rings, transplant. In the year of 21, I realized I had been asleep for 46 years and 9 months. Confirmation with whatever that is. Felt like drilling, the ground was shaking. So, I have been fasting so much the last couple of weeks throughout the Mercury retrograde, through the Mercury retrograde. I didn't post from the 5th through the rest of the Mercury retrograde, which ended on the 25th. I did not post. There are many posts on that day. If you did not get to any of them, many of them had no views. Maybe I should go repost them. Maybe that's what I'll do. And There was so much happening. I have been fasting I did a 48-hour fast that ended last weekend, last Saturday, when Most High led me to go on a little staycation, and I rented a hotel. I have not done anything in 9 months since I got here in August of 2023 of last year, okay? On the side, the person that I am renting this RV space from was born in Illinois, and 10 years after I did, went to the same middle school. We lived in the same city. I meet him here. I don't know his birthday. We both went to Forest Park Elementary School in Joliet, Illinois. 10 years apart. He's 10 years younger than I am. And ironically, I meet him here. So we got to talk about a lot of places. Can't make it up. And it's literally like that version of life is literally disappearing. The projects aren't even there. The first ones or the second ones. They've been demolished. The units that I were a part of in the military, 35th Signal Brigade, they're 327 Signal Battalion, like they're dismantled. Like they're even like 141 Signal Brigade, like they're all dismantled. The one in Bad Kreuznach, it was 1st Armored Division. They're not even there anymore. They moved to Mainz or Kaiserslautern or Baumholder or wherever, right? They're not there anymore. It's literally like, I'm surprised Fairmont Elementary is there in Lockport, Joliet, Illinois. I'm surprised that's there. Do you know, I played the baritone when I was in the 5th grade, and that same baritone belonged to my father. The last gift I gave him to Kevin, man, my fingers really hurting from snapping my fingers. That's tender. The last gift I gave him was for a birthday, and it was a sword, and it was engraved. That was the last gift I gave him before I walked away. And my eyes began to see, and I began to understand why I, as a child, had dreams about beating him, punching him, pounding his face in, killing him, shooting him. All come to see, he was doing witchcraft against me. Number 1 of 7. And again, what I say is not bragging. It's to help us recognize the karmic energies and synchronicities that follow us from one lifetime to the next. Witchcraft against me, his first, born on the 333rd day of the year, the first of 17, the only son in his bloodline to serve in the military, served twice as many years as he did. I am his sun sign, I am his moon sign. I am his moon sign, a Sagittarius, my sun sign. He is my moon sign, a Gemini. His father taught him witchcraft. I moved with him when I was 11 years old. At the age of 11, I went on a trip with his father, who taught him witchcraft. That father was born on 11/3. That's a Scorpio. Of 1915. That's a 15. That's a 555. He passed in 96. I got married to Martise in 96, the one who left me for the polygamist father. Yeah. So, the Rock of Central Florida. Steve was told that this was the land of their bread, and they were also told that they were going into the land of the giants when he got there, or when they were on their way, or when they finally got there, or when they arrived in the storm, or something along those lines. Here's another one. I, as a child in my innocence, okay, I stood before the church and declared in the summer of 1985 that I had accepted the Lord and baptized. And at that time, what happened was the church that Judy was a part of was a Church of God in Christ. Or yes, it was Christ Temple, Church of God in Christ. Yes, they're still in existence. Joliet, Illinois, different location today, but still there. If you do not believe that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, I hope that this testimony, I hope that this realization, I hope that this supernatural download, I hope that it opens your eyes. I hope it goes viral. I hope it, whatever it is to do, to share, to whatever, I hope it does the job. Now is the time to pick up. Confirmation. You either die in the fire or you get out. So, the arm thing, the right arm thing with the twitching. Thank you, Most High. The right arm twitching thing. So my left arm, since my ascension, since my dark night of the soul, and it had started during my dark night of the soul, right? As I was ascending, my left arm started to twitch. And now, 22-11. And now, whenever I reach a certain level in frequency, the right arm, it goes berserk. Summer of 1985, Steve accepted the Lord. In the accepted the Lord traditional way. You know what I mean, right? Lord, forgive me for my sins. That way, right? So did I. Steve lived in Houston at that time when he was 21. When I was 11, again, 10 years younger than Steve, traveled to Houston as one of the stops on the way during the journey with the Scorpio grandfather born on 11/3, who showed the sperm donor witchcraft, who in turn did it to me and others. That's how he got control of the women. There's no other explanation for it. You don't keep control of 6, 7, 8 women for decades. You don't do that without witchcraft, sorcery, tomfoolery, fuckery. You don't do it without that. So, also, my friend Carrie Fong has something to do with this. I started dialysis on her birthday. 2/15 was my first of 13 was my first dialysis treatment. She passed in 2017, exactly 4 months after I got my transplant. Keeping on with Archie and Tamara, Tamara told me in 2003, we were at the hospital in Sanford, Florida, where Marsha was. Marsha spent 88 days in the hospital the first time she was put on dialysis. Her dialysis was caused by her failure to take care of herself because she was a diabetic. I did not know that for the majority of the time that we were dating. She was a phenomenal cook. She held cooking classes at The Rock. Linda just came to me. Linda, Kim and Jim's mother, right? That was born in Sanford and came to The Rock, or to build The Rock, to start The Rock, launch The Rock, with Steve, Kim, Jim, Jenny, their children that they had at that time, and her husband Larry. Again, Larry, you've heard me mention his name. in 1999. Again, passed in 2009. That's 10 years. She passed on. Oh, shit, Linda, show up, girl. She passed on this weekend in 2009, Mother's Day weekend. She passed. She passed in Mexico. Mexico is important. I don't know how, I don't know where, or something dealing with overseas, or something dealing with beyond your borders, or something dealing with, and that was something at the Rock at one time. There's something about that. She was in a foreign land when she passed. 2:26 even exactly when I said it. I looked over. I wasn't going to say it. Because those confirmations are like, I could just... So, I left the military from Arizona. Oh man, thank you. I left the military from Arizona. Again, I ETS'd out of military intelligence school when I got that letter from my CO. Okay? I already knew where I was going. I already knew where I was being sent. And the letter was just confirmation that it was time to go. I'd had dreams and all that sort of thing. Okay? Again, my witness, Marcia, she was there with me. And so, it's so not ironic that she physically goes when I start dating the Scorpio and I end up with shingles. That's so not a coincidence. So anyway, so I leave Arizona, which is where Fort Huachuca is, and I go back to Central Florida. Okay? At the time, I also had my daughter Kim there. The sperm donor, all of them were still there back then. Okay? And so, of course, I wanted to be near her and all that sort of thing, because everything with me and her mother were still on good terms. That changed in 2003. That year. That changed, right? And for 7 years, that was the last time I saw my daughter, or any of them for that matter, until I saw her face in Ohio when the FBI busted in his door at the house that they were laid up in. There was no furniture. There was like a banana and a loaf of bread in the refrigerator with him, a couple of women, 8 kids, including my daughter, Kimberly. Again, I'm assuming she's my daughter. Again, he's serving 40 to 60 in a Michigan prison. That sentence started 10 years ago. I'm sure he picked up the witchcraft since then. You know, you in the cell, you ain't got nothing else to do. Shit. But knowing him, he's running a place. I understand he has a doctorate now. He has a bachelor's in child psychology and a master's in religious philosophy. So he's mastered the child and he's mastered the adult and what the ways to get to them most. Nothing is more important to an adult than their beliefs, whatever those beliefs are. That's why people run into buildings with planes for their beliefs. People's beliefs, they're hardcore about those things. Hardcore. Okay? Those of us who believe we're Christians, quote unquote, Jesus believers, we could learn something from other religions and their dedication. We are about as useless as a penis after ejaculation with our religiousness. So, again, I apologize for how long this is. Somehow, some way, this is going to get back to the Rock. It's going to get back to Steve. Again, he's already aware of who I am. That's not a surprise to him. He even told Kim when I got there in 2003, after 3 different people, I think it was 3 different ministers, came up on separate occasions, all of them throughout 2003, called me up or isolated me individually and told me that I needed to be where Steve was. One said, Most High searched the globe. He said he searched the earth to join me to Steve Parker. That's exactly his words. That gentleman's name is James Schneider. He is the senior minister at Beth Tome of Rutland, Vermont. Living, breathing, at least I still believe he is, in existence today. I often wonder what was the spiritual connection between Steve and I beyond the synchronicities. I knew the synchronicities. I started putting that shit together when I got there. That's why it's in journals. I started putting those puzzle pieces together, but there's so much more. Man, there's so much more. Steve once told me, I don't even know if he remembers this, he was definitely esoteric at this moment in time. While the Rock of Central Florida, the building where it exists now again on State Road 46 in Sanford, Florida, I'm going to grab some water. We would get together for a couple of years actually. A building called the Strain Building, and it's owned by Coonstat, something like that. Coonstat, something, right? Herbert. Bing! Herbert Coonstat. Okay? Again, people who have been at the Rock for years, they'll confirm all this is true. I'm not lying. You can look that up. You can look up business records in Florida and find out who owns Strang Building and it's a Christian magazine called, it might be called Strang. It might be called Strang. I don't know. But anyway, they're a Christian publishing company. Okay? They own the building that's over there on Reinhardt Road in Lake Mary, Florida. Again, you can look that up. That's no secret. And so, I had come back from my exodus, and I had my own exodus that lasted about a year and a half. So after I got out of the military, it was a very, 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 very challenging transition. I was 28 at that time. Okay, 28, significant. And also 2 times 8 is 16. Again, 8 and 8. So I got out of the military. Civilian job. That guy did not like the military. So we had words and nothing ugly. I was surprised that I was let go, but at the same time I was happy because he didn't like the military. He literally threatened to remove his sons from his will if they joined. I don't understand how you can enjoy the freedoms of a country and not appreciate the men and women who have literally have been slaughtered up and down streets and in places that you will never visit and don't even know exist. How you can sit there and be so unappreciative. You want to get me fired up? Talk about harming kids. And talk about the military negatively. And it has its challenges. I heard recently, it almost made me throw up in my mouth, that the military is considering, if they're not already doing it, somebody's probably going to let me know that they're already doing it in the comments. They are trying to get something passed or did pass something that allows for the government to pay for sex changes for military personnel. Get the fuck out of my face. Get out of my fucking face. Don't even gotta be on some shit. You gotta be on some shit. It's all the work of the enemy. That's what I just got. It's all the work of the enemy. All those people, many of those people we elect to public office. So I'm gonna go actually. Tonight's gonna be a good night. So tonight's gonna be a good night. So tonight's gonna be a good night. I can feel it. Ooh. I thought I was done already. I thought I was like blown away already. And again, I've recognized the synchronicities, some of them, again, between Steve and I definitely recognized, oh, shit, thank you, Most High, for reminding me about what Tamara said. Yes, I asked you not to let me forget, and you did. Thank you, so faithful. So, yes, let me say this real quick, 2:36:36 on the timer. Tamara, during the time, the 88 days that Marsha was staying in the hospital in Sanford, by the way, that's also the same place where she passed. Okay, Marsha, or where her soul ascended. Okay, and so Marsha, again, her dialysis was because of failure to take care of herself. My dialysis was started because of either witchcraft or, I don't know, something taken overseas, something injected, witchcraft. Who knows? I honestly believe it was witchcraft. I really do. And also, I have a revelation on paranoia about me being a germophobic. Okay? So the witchcraft was to make me a germophobic, and then the result was, because one of the only two known causes of IgG4 nephropathy, and again, it's unique. Nephropathy, most of the time, it attacks the pancreas or some other organ. For me, it attacked the kidneys, the blood filters, and both of them. During the mass exodus, I started dialysis. Okay? So the blood filter was breaking down. Again, I think I said that already. Okay? So, yes. So more revelations about the connection between Steve, Kim, Jenny, Linda, Larry, Tom, Denise, Robert, Kimberly. By the way, Robert that was part of that exodus, who was a minister who still went out and started, he even left Tom and Denise's church to go start another church, I believe, right? He did the eulogy, I'm talking so fast, he did the eulogy for Sandy, the lady who was born on 11/9, the same as Miguel, who I met on Monday, who was bringing me back from the staycation this past weekend. No coincidence that I, this week, am going over someone born on 11/9, and I meet Miguel when I was told, when I left for the staycation, that I was going to be meeting someone named Miguel. And I kept looking for a Miguel. I was like, I wonder if they're going to be a waiter. I wonder if they're going to be one of the maintenance men that needs to come up to the room. I was wondering if they're going to be someone who cleans the room. I'm like, Miguel. I'm looking, Miguel. I'm anticipating email. The weekend goes, right? Call an Uber. This is just a couple of days ago. He's a Scorpio. Born in 1992. 2 hours and 40 minutes exactly on the time when I said that. Year of 24, Kobe, year of 8, 20248. New beginnings, first day of the week is an 8. This is an 8. We have 8 fingers. Okay? I'm going to record more because I want to record as Most High is giving me downloads. I don't know if I'll share all of it because, again, I really feel like it's really kind of a bore in some way, but it's, to me, it's it was always meant to be this way. Whatever it was always meant to be whatever is going to happen. It was always meant to be that way. It makes me appreciate the relationships that I've had to release. The time that we spent together, it definitely helps me to appreciate those times. And even if those times were full of lessons, 24141. Oh, man. Yeah, I have to use the restroom, so... Woo! Oh, Most High, my love and my Lord. I love you and I thank you. I cannot ever express it enough. Oh, blind eyes do see. They had to squint before. Now they say crystal clear. Something just flew past the window. Man. I knew this weekend was going to be gangbusters. I had written the 8th and 9th down and all of that. Man, I feel like a rocket who's just sitting there and kind of rumbling. That's how I feel. Oh! There's a motorcycle. I feel just like that, just rumbling, just ready. And just... So... There's no place like home. There's no place like home. I'm seeing oh, she's a doll. What's her name? She played Florence on the Jeffersons. Marla Gibbs on 227 with their theme song. No place like home. With the family around you, you're never alone. I mean, no place, honey. Call me wacky if you want to. So thank you so much for listening in again. However long and whatever you got from it. I have exactly 70 subscribers at the time that I started recording this video. That's a 7. Thank you, Most High, as I was saying, for all that I am from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, all the faithful seeds that I have sown from lifetime to lifetime, all of the karmic victories from lifetime to lifetime, to lifetime. All those I've been able to help along the way, those who took advantage of it, the opportunity, and those who didn't. Thank you for forgiving me for all of the karmic cycles and seeds that I have sown throughout each and every lifetime. I love you. This is a covenant, a new covenant. This covenant here can never be broken. This covenant hand has shifted and changed timelines. No one would ever believe it if it wasn't written. No one would ever believe it if it wasn't written. No one would ever believe it if it wasn't written. This covenant is forever. The gold scroll that was placed in my hand, my left hand, the arm that twitches, the arm that had the umbilical cord wrapped around it, a white butterfly in the window. My arm just... So of course 2022 is 222. That's a key angel number. That's when I left the rock. That's when I left the Scorpio. Her mother is a Scorpio. Her best friend who introduced me to her is a Scorpio and introduced her to me as a Scorpio. I believe the Scorpio's best friend's mother is also a Scorpio. The Scorpio's ex-husband is a Scorpio if they are divorced. Scorpio's daughter-in-law, if she's still married to the Scorpio's son, is a Scorpio. Again, the sperm donor's father is a Scorpio. Judy's father is a Sagittarius. He was born the day before I was, 11/28. She thought I was going to be born on his birthday. I was meant to be born on the day that I was born on. The significance of the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck and my left arm, and that's the arm that twitches, is significant. And that's the arm that the gold scroll was placed in, that I wrote down in my journal a couple of days ago. My first Sunday physically at the Rock of Central Florida in 2003, there's a 3, was in the 3rd month of the current calendar, whatever, Julian calendar, whatever kind of calendar they call it. March is actually the 1st month of the year. So, there's Thank you for tuning in. My name is Nehru. You are tuned into the Encourager. Thank you so much to everyone out there who's sharing the truth about who we are and what is really going on and on the earth, in the earth, around the earth, inside the earth. Whoever you are, you could be a Reiki healer, you could be a tarot card reader that tells the truth. If you are a karmic tarot card reader, you're probably crying right now. Someone just walked across a brown person, a brown skin, let me see if it's a male or a female. A brown skinned female just walked. Just walked across the window army pants on, confirmation bird, and gold hair. So there's something about a brown person with gold hair, probably, or someone who wears wigs. I know the Scorpio, but that might be someone else. She likes wearing wigs. But she's not brown. So, I am here as an ascended master, as a descended ascended master. I am a Gaian of a beacon of Gaia. I am a descendant of Yeshua and son of Ra. I am here to raise the vibration of the collective and of anyone else. Yeshua came here, he descended here. He's an ascended master. He descended here to isn't that something? He descended here and gave up his free will. And no, I'm not saying I'm Jesus, so don't run away with that. Okay? Jesus is his own spirit. His first name, legal name, was Jesus. Okay? His actual name is Yeshua. And then in other lifetimes, he's been known as something else. Or in other esoteric realms, he's known as something else. So please don't go religious. Okay? Don't do that. It's the spirit of Yeshua that is the Christos. Again, that flows up and down your vertebrae from your root chakra up to your pineal gland. So I am here to raise the vibration of the collective. He came for the lost. And his being birthed here by the Virgin Mary. He came here in that way. As he did. I started walking in month 7. It would be interesting to know the things that happened during those years that Judy or Kevin chooses to keep secret. That would be interesting. Again, seizures, healed of them at the age of 8. Technically speaking, I shouldn't have been allowed to be in the military. So, pilgrimage. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Miru. I'm going to go for good this time, I promise. And I don't mean that forever, but I mean, somebody's saying that I'm going to go forever. Anyway, whatever. Again, definitely walk away from everything and everyone that no longer serves your good. And I almost say I beg of you, but I really plead with you, please, remove yourself from the energies and the vampires that no longer serve you. You have no idea what that is going to do to rectify your bloodline and to bring you into such a place of an alignment with the universe and with the divine creator and divine source. You have no idea. I urge you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to email me, reach out to me. You can find me on social media platforms. All that information is in the description section of this of this recording. Thank you so much, and as always, be encouraged.